Uh, this is another video diary. It is the 5th of November and it is 11:23 a.m. So, I haven't really put up a video diary in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Mostly because I forget, but I've been slacking quite a lot. I've been slacking. I didn't do any sort of trading progress whatsoever in the past 2 weeks. I only started uh, last week for about 2 hours, and that was it. I haven't been going to the gym. I haven't been working out, um, and I feel pretty ass about that because you know, progress is at a halt. Um, what else? Yeah, so I was on some dating apps. I was on some dating apps. I was on Tinder. I was on Grinder. Please, 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 please. No one should get on Grinder ever. Like, no one should get on Grinder. That app is. Anyways, so the type of person I was looking for. Now, I'm not the type of person to look for sexual things in relationships. I'm not a big naked photo person. I don't like receiving naked pictures. I don't like sending naked pictures. That makes me really uncomfortable. Now, when I was on these dating apps, there's a certain type of person that you look for. That your ideal type, if that's what you can call it. Now, as a person with issues, the worst thing that could possibly happen is for you to be aware of what causes those issues and the consequences of the things you might do because of your issues. So I'm a very aware person. Like, I know what's going on. I know what causes um the way I think and the things that I fantasize about, which is older men. Yup. I have had, I don't know if I have it now, but like I had this very, very strong fantasy of being in a relationship with an older man. Kind of feeling that stability and safety from an older man. And this stems from, obviously having a father who's emotionally unavailable. I don't really know my dad like that. My dad isn't. I live with him now, but he doesn't know me, you know, especially as a queer person. It might be a bit stronger, because you're hiding who you are, but also you need the love of a parent. I don't think I can explain this like properly, but I was fantasizing about somebody who can gentle parent me in a relationship, who can sort of be the father figure that I want, a person who can love me for who I am unconditionally, but also still provide that safety and stability and yeah, just how daddy issues work. So I had matched with this older gentleman, you know. He was this older white gentleman. I'm not gonna say his name. He was very attractive, he was very attractive. is what I can say. So of course I matched with this older man. I'm like, oh my god, he's older and he's attractive, and you know, let's see what this goes. So I matched him 2 months ago, and he told me that we can talk on Instagram. So I didn't have Instagram at the time. So about a week ago, I went back into Instagram and say, you know what? Let me look for his handle. Maybe we can, talk. Cause he is a very busy person. Cause he didn't answer me on Tinder. He just sent that handle. So yeah, he travels a lot. He's a photographer. He's been in quite a few places. So I guess he's busy traveling. That's why he didn't answer me on that app, whatever. So I got on Instagram and then I DM'd him and I said, hey, I finally got Instagram, and he said, "How okay, now we can talk." Da, da, da. And then he genuinely seemed like a nice person. He's like genuinely seemed like a very very nice person. Like he was sweet, and he was also smart or wise. I don't know. He was pretty old. Um, so as we were talking, everything is fine. He says he wants to uh video call me, you know. So I said, okay, it's fine. We can video call. No one's home anyway. So we go on a video call and then we see each other, and he gives me a compliment, says he likes my smile, and I said thank you. And then in the midst of that video call, he said something that made me kind of like wake up a bit. It was only 3 days um talking, it's only been 3 days. He said he wanted to, next time he wants to video call, he wants to see my tummy. And I was like, tummy? And I just laughed it off. I was like, haha, because whoa, that's. And then when we ended the call, he, I started thinking and saying, well, that's kind of weird to say 3 days into talking to someone. And it also made me kind of think of like, well, this man is old, you know. Like I said, I'm very aware of the things I do. So I know that older men who date younger men aren't doing it solely for love. It's not normal. But it was still my fantasy, so I wanted to live it. So I was like excited, like I get to live my fantasy, blah blah blah. And yeah, I thought to myself, he's 42. Actually 43, and I'm 18. So I was like, shit. Like I started like thinking like this is kind of weird, but also this is what I've always wanted. This is what I want. So I can ignore that. And then the next day he asked me for a picture. He said he wanted to see my tummy. And I said, well, I don't really take pictures like that, so I don't really know the angles. And then he said you want me to start, and then he sent me a picture of him in the shower. I did not ask for that, I didn't ask for that. So now I'm feeling kind of, you know, pressured to send a picture because, this is what you've always wanted, an older, attractive male, who's nice and kind to you, whatever. So I went into my room and closed the door. And then I put on some tiny little shorts. And I took a picture of me wearing tiny, tiny shorts. And then I sent it to him. I didn't want to, It felt very weird because I'm not really a sexual person like that. I just want love. But I sent the picture, and then he started talking all dirty, I was like, oh, so this is the route that we're going. I didn't really want to go this route, but if you want to, then fine. And then we started exchanging dirty chats. It was very uncomfortable. But again, this is what I always wanted, you know? So he sent me a picture of his front area, you know. And then he said something like, I can't wait to watch this disappear. And I was like, oh, uh, you know, again, this is what you've always wanted. So I said, oh, okay, I can't wait too, you know. That's when I, just knew that this doesn't really work. Like, I don't know how many times I've tried to get into relationships with people, even people my age. Like, you talk to them and all of a sudden they want like a picture. They say, "Oh, can you send me a picture of you doing this, and that?" And I just block them. But in this case, like, it was going so well the first 2 days. So well. It just took a quick shift. I was like, I knew this was a very high possibility, but in the I just in the back of my mind, I just put it in the back of my mind because I really wanted this. Like, I really, really wanted this. Even on TikTok, when people say age gaps are weird, I used to get very irritated and say no, like you just have to find the right person. But yeah, man, older men are weird, man. And I know that I participated, like, it takes two to tango, but like, why are you 42, 43, talking to an 18-year-old? You know, and I know I'm in the wrong too. I just like, it's so weird, man. It's so weird. And I sent another picture to him. Like, the fact that he has my pictures of me in a very vulnerable state on his phone now makes me feel a bit weird. Um, but yeah, I finally built up the courage to tell him that, hey man, this isn't what I was thinking. When we matched on Tinder, I thought this was gonna be an actual thing. Not just me giving you material to masturbate with, you know. And I blocked him. I did not give him a chance to say anything. I just sent that message and then I blocked him. Yeah, it'll never work with an older man. Like, date someone your age. It's and I know, like, it's so stupid, like, that I actually thought that it was gonna be something, something real. But no 40-plus-year-old person is gonna want to be in a relationship with an 18-year-old. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I was living my fantasy. I see all the TikTok edits over there, editing all the older fine men saying, "Ooh, I need an older man." So I called myself an older man, and it was not cute. Was not cute. Was not cute. And you could tell like I just thought it was so real because I didn't even find the men that I saw on my For You page attractive anymore. Like I thought like, all right, I'm getting my silver fox, woof woof. I'm getting my silver fox and I'm dipping. Like I couldn't even find the men that I saw on my TikTok, other edits. I didn't find them attractive because all I could think about is my little elderly song over there, you know. But it all came crashing down again. So yeah, older men are just not it, man. Older men are just not it. Yeah, yeah. Mhm.